We'll derive the lens maker formula for the convex lens. When you derive this formula, when you do it in exam or as your assignment, please, when you draw the diagram, take a slightly thicker kind of a lens. Otherwise, it becomes very clumsy and it's very difficult to identify the angles, because the whole aspect of derivation of lens maker formula is dependent on how clearly you draw the diagram, how clearly you mark the angles, and rest of it is very easy. Now let me draw the the diagram. It is object, let this point be O. This is the incoming ray. This is surface 1 and this is surface 2. And this I am dividing the lens, and always draw the normal first. When the ray is striking, first draw the normal from the starting from the point where the ray is striking the lens, and where this normal meets this axis, it is the radius of this surface. So let this point be, if it is O, let this be B, let this point be C, and let this point be D, where the radius is meeting, and let this be I1, this is N1, this is air, and this is lens material is N2. It can be glass or anything. After refraction, this is the path of the ray. Now again, when you make this, please draw the diagram and see that at least it should come out. I have drawn it wrongly, so that is why it was within the lens. It should come out of the lens, otherwise it becomes difficult to identify the angles. So this is the normal, and this angle is R1, this angle is R1, this is the normal, so this angle is I2. Draw a straight line. I'll show it like draw it with a slightly different trace, so that this is the path of the ray after first refraction. This is not the image point. This is the path of the ray after first refraction, and this is the path of the ray which forms the image. Let this be point I, and since this is the normal, this is angle R2. Many times we do mistake, we make this as R2, but we have to draw this as R2 because this is the ray where the image ray, this is the refracted ray, and this is the normal. Now mark this point also D, let this point be E, this point be F, and this point be G, this point be H, and this point be I. There are certain assumptions which you have to make while deriving the lens maker formula, and I would suggest that you should write those assumptions when you are solving the problem in the exam. The assumptions are that this height and this height is almost same. There is no difference. I'll write H and H here. I have shown the difference because I had to draw the diagram in expanded form so that we can identify the angles, but this is the assumption, these two heights are same. Another assumption is that these distances are insignificant. These distances do not matter, so whenever we have to write OC, we will write it as OB, and this B, actually this point also needs to mentioned. I have taken H points up to HI. Let this be K. This is point K, and whenever I write OC, so OC, I will use OB instead of OC because this length we are ignoring. Similarly, KC is equal to KB. I will be using KB instead of KC. Same for this side. Instead of using ED, I will use FD. Instead of using EI, I'll be using FI. and instead of using EG, I'll be using FG. Otherwise, it's very difficult to come to the derivation, to do the derivation. Now, another assumptions, two assumptions I have mentioned. This distance we are ignoring, this we are saying is almost same. Another assumption is that all angles are small, and since all angles are small, say I1, R1, I2, R2, these are small, so sine I will be taken as I, and similarly for these angles, instead of writing angle HOB, I would prefer writing angle straight away here because it makes it easier to solve. Take this as alpha, take this as beta, take this as gamma, and circle these two angles because these are important, beta and gamma, because they both pertain to the radius of the surfaces. Alpha, beta, gamma, let this be delta, and let this be lambda. These are the angles. Now, you have to take first this side, then take this side, and we can easily come to the lens maker formula. Now, when you take this side, you have to take two triangles such that in one triangle you cover I1, and in the other triangle you cover R1. Similarly, when we take that side, please see that in one triangle we cover I2, and in the other triangle we cover R2. Both these angles have to be covered in different triangles. Now, if we take this triangle, if we take OHD as a triangle, I1 is the exterior angle. So, I1 is equal to alpha plus gamma. Now, take the case of R1. R1, we will take this triangle. Please note that the point touching the radius, means where the normal is touching the axis, this line should be falling in both the triangles. Means this angle should be reflected in both the triangles when you are doing this side. Similarly, when you do that side, this angle should be reflected in both the triangles, the angle which pertains to the normal. Now, the other triangle we will take, as I mentioned, it will be, if we take R1 has to be covered, gamma has to be covered. So we will take this triangle. We will take HDG as a triangle, and gamma is the exterior angle. Now, gamma is equal to R1 plus lambda. Now, N1 I1 is equal to N2 R1. This is I1, this is R1, this is N1, this is N2. So N1 I1, because angles are small, I have not written sin I. By Snell's law, this is the relationship which is coming. Now you separate this, you bring R1 on this side and multiply this by N1 and this by N2. This becomes, first one becomes N1 I1 is equal to N1 alpha plus N1 gamma. Second one becomes N2 R1 is equal to N2 gamma minus N2 lambda. These two are equal by this relationship. So we will write N1 alpha plus N2 lambda is equal to N1 minus N2 gamma. N1 minus N2 into gamma. Because R1 we have taken like this, R1 gamma minus N2 lambda. These we have equated. It is N1 alpha and N2 lambda comes on that side. N2 gamma minus, this will be N2 minus N1. This is N2 minus N1. So this is one equation which we have obtained. Take the other side. This is equation 1. For the other side, again take the two triangles. First write the Snell's law and be careful while you write that, because here it is N2 first. N2 into I2 is equal to N1 into R2. Now take two triangles such that I2 and R2 are covered, and also the radius is also getting covered. So what we will do, take this triangle, this one. This triangle I2 is equal to, I2 is exterior angle, is equal to beta plus lambda. Please ensure that this line is also covered, because we have to ultimately get a relationship whereby lambda is eliminated. So this intermediary ray should be covered in the one of the triangles. Now take another triangle such that R2 is covered, and also you cover the angle beta also. Now R2 is the exterior angle here. R2 is equal to beta plus delta. Beta plus delta. Delta is the point where delta is the angle for the point where the image is being formed. Now multiply this by N2 and this by N1. Please be careful while you are writing this, because we have tendency of writing N1 first and N2 later, but here N2 will be first, N1 is later. So that is why the relationship like this. And finally, when you equate this, you multiply this by N2, multiply this by N1. Now the relationship comes N2 beta plus N2 lambda is equal to N1 beta plus N1 delta. So you bring this on that side, you will have the beta is the angle which pertains to the radius. So we'll write it like this: N2 minus N1 into beta is equal to N1 lambda minus N1 delta minus N2 lambda. Now this is the relationship number 2. We can interchange it. N1 lambda minus N1 delta minus N2 lambda is equal to N2 minus N1 into beta. Add these two equations. N2 lambda gets eliminated. It becomes N1 alpha plus N1 delta. N1 delta plus N1 alpha is equal to N2 minus N1 beta plus gamma. You should get this relationship. If you don't get this relationship, then we will not get the correct relationship for the Lensmaker formula also. Now what is alpha? We take tan alpha. Tan alpha is H upon OC. But instead of OC, we are taking OB. So tan alpha is H upon OB. What is tan delta? Tan delta is H upon, where is delta? This is delta. Tan delta is H upon Fi. What are the other angles? Tan beta. Tan beta is equal to, tan beta is again H upon this Kf. Instead of Ke, will take Kf is equal to H upon Kf. And what is tan gamma? Tan gamma is equal to, where is gamma? Is this. Tan gamma is equal to H upon this distance. Instead of CD, we'll take BD is equal to H upon BD. D. Now we place the values there. H will get cancelled. So finally we get annual. We'll take that side. Alpha is tan alpha. Approximation we have to do. This is another assumption. Beta and this is gamma. Approximation we have to do. So alpha will become H upon OB. Delta becomes H upon Fi. Beta H upon Kf. Gamma H upon BD. All are having H. H gets cancelled. So we can write it as 1 upon, we'll take N1 that side, 1 upon OB plus, what is the other thing, plus 1 upon Fi is equal to N2 minus N1 upon N1. Beta is 1 upon H upon Kf, H is cancelled, 1 upon Kf plus 1 upon Kf plus what is gamma, 1 upon BD, 1 upon BD. Now we place the values of U, V and R1, R2 by taking the sign convention. What is OB? This distance is the distance of the object from the lens, which is U. And you have to measure distances from here. So U will be negative. It is against the direction of ray. In this direction, you will have to put negative distances. In this direction, you have to take positive. So OB will be minus U. So this is minus 1 upon U. Plus what is Fi is V. And since it is being measured in this direction, from the lens we have to measure, take the direction from the lens. It is in this direction and these directions are positive, and this is V, the image. 1 upon V is equal to N2 minus N1 upon N1. Here comes the important part where I'll use this space because I'm having limitation. I'll put bracket there and you write here. What I have to put here is 1 upon Kf. Kf is this, and this is nothing but the radius. Again, you have to measure from here. This is the radius of the surface 2. Since it is being measured like this is negative. So minus 1 upon R2. Minus you have to write, and this was 1 upon BD was also added, which I rubbed. 1 upon BD, what is that? This is the radius of the surface 1. Since you are measuring from the lens point, it is in this direction, it will be positive. We'll write plus 1 upon R1. So this is the relationship we wanted to get, which we have obtained. Let me write it here. So it becomes 1 upon V minus 1 upon U is equal to N2 minus N1 upon N1 into 1 upon R1 minus 1 upon R2. Now let us take the object at the infinity. Let U be at the infinity. So the image will be formed at the focus. V will become F. So it becomes 1 upon infinity is 0. So this will be 0. So 1 upon F is equal to N2 minus N1 upon N1 into 1 upon R1 minus 1 upon R2. When you solve the numerical problem, please again take the sign when you put the values here, because we have taken the sign and reduced it to this form. So when you put the values of R1 you will have to put with this sign. And what is the sign in case of R1? Would be positive anyway, because it was like this. When you put R2, it will be negative. So these two will be effectively added. If R1 is 10 and R2 was 10, I'll say the radius of both the surfaces is same, but value of R2 when you put in this equation, you have to put as a negative. With sign you have to put. So it will become 1 upon 10 plus 1 upon 10. So it will be positive, which is the case with the convex lens. Had it been a concave lens, you will, if you derive for concave lens, you will again get the same result. But when you put the values again while solving the problem, see in this case, this is surface 1, and the R1 for the surface 1 will be negative. If it is 10 and 10 for both the surfaces, now for concave we will have to write minus 1 upon 10, and R2 here, now it is positive, it is in this direction. This sign will remain, this will not get affected. Sign we have to put here. Here we have put the sign, let it be like this, minus 1 upon 10, minus 1 upon 10, so it becomes minus 2 upon 10. It will be negative, which is the correct result. So please be very, very careful when you put the values of R1 and R2. Take the sign convention, and sign has to be taken by measuring from the lens point, and if it is against this incoming ray, if you are measuring against this ray, take it as negative. If you are measuring in this direction, it will be positive. So this is the lens maker formula. I hope it is useful. Thank you.